Tréifhsis fear a bhí ag fuireann amán na Gaillimhe na anéireann an 8údí. Ach nuair a bhí ar a grúchaint te barce chróchaí, bhí fuireann óg ocrocha treabhail le hubba de bradáran. Ar feadh chuig bhliana, bhí sé na dhéon Coimhlintí atarthub.
Bhí stíl a chu a bhí sort cosúil ina chéile. Bhí ar fisiciúil agus bhí ar scídúil.
Asked the question, was it honest? It was honest, but like when we were playing against them, we hated them and they hated us.
To get the forward line moving.
We didn't like Galway beating us, there's no doubt about it. We didn't really like them at all.
Out they trap now.
Yn 98 rŵ Gael creif na heirin gan dar na bout i riaf. Eisiau fe hyfanacht o 93 bag nach 3 sgôr blien.
A mae eisiau tag o leorat fwy 98 wyl set ach fi syntach.
There's the final whistle. Galway are the champions.
Yn lo hannig wedi cap. Byn e re organ ach man ang gaelid na 8 wedi.
It's been a long time coming, but there it is.
People of Galway, we love you!
West away.
Fi cwdig yn y hymnyr i ffos on, ach nir a gair i lehop yn fwyc sy'n y waint ymach ar eist. O 98 hag Cyril Farrell agus hymnyr i na gael i fy fwy ar eist, yn nis nŵriaf.
Then you had all these young lads coming through that had won minor under 21 titles, and they didn't have this fear of losing because they hadn't actually lost anything. They came from kind of a winning formula and they just believed that we're good enough to win any game.
That's nicely taken by Peter Malloy. Oh, it is a brilliant goal. Easily the best goal of the match so far.
In '86, we lost every final possible. We contested the 4 national finals that were available to us, lost every one of them.
Things just not going to plan. What a shattering blow this is to Galway.
Next year then was long because you were going into a 3rd year campaign, like, and people saying we'll never win it again.
Ach yn edrych le Gael, fi rhaintwa grwtiag te bradarin fwy eisiau dws na 8 ach nir an talent sy'n tacau rhaid na sy'n sy'n ffos.
Despite the fact that they'd won numerous underage titles at under 21 and minor, it hadn't come true. Hurling in Tipperary was going very bad.
Yn 98 agus Babs Keating yn y wan ystod, nasg se i'r trwyd o'r asianta hi acab le imdir i ogo fi ffeolum, agus chwysau bwhor y lesiad.
All I can remember is Babs on the telly. Never see him live, but I can remember him going around his bare feet.
Most of the players were in awe of these 3 men, Babs and T.O. English and Donny Neal.
Michael Keating with it now from 20 yards out. They shot it and it's a goal.
It took different qualities to be successful as a senior inter-county player. So we set about building up what we believed was the team and the recipe for success.
It was completely new change of attitude, I think, in Tipperary, and a very professional attitude.
For it. Oh, he's left it behind him. Another chance for Donny O'Connell. Another goal. Yes, it's unbelievable. That's it. After 16 long years in the wilderness, victory belongs, and deservedly so, to the Premier County.
Cluffi Canis yn ein o Gael yn ched chloi elefila caig te brodarin. Ach fi Cluffi Canis na heirin cael ti gaflian as y chelig na Gael ni vetche esgo eg cacht o'r acab.
Nor a husig Tipperary e trenal in 98 vieder a trenal chun creef na moen a vochit. An tevelid in scale vi imror in a Galway e trenal chun creef na heren a vochit.
I suppose after the hype of the Munster final, we probably hadn't come back down to earth.
Just going to Croke Park was a big deal in itself. It was something we weren't used to, and like the crowds, and just to be there on the pitch.
When Richard Stakelum said the famine was over, I think that's when we started getting motivated. We intended to keep Tipperary star for another while. It was probably the most honest game of hurling that Tipperary and Galway had played, because we just stood toe to toe and played hurling.
Vi rudeg yn fwy o'n stíl amán a vi ag an bhfurin gomór dermod an onanas a vi acw mar iran agus mar gael vi. Dermod spáinte sin sa lína le chúl an trúr sin a bheán, like Finnerty, Keedy, McInerney.
Tipperary trying to pick up the
Bhí
pieces.
rud éigean faoi stíl imirthe rá dá seilt nach pass is muide tá Giannis inis agus spáinte bhn láisina na Tipperary.
I think the turning point of that match was Nicky English's perfect point that was put over the bar.
Drilling it out dangerously in front of goal to Nicky English. Goalkeeper's out. And English is content with the point, and the referee's whistle sounds. The score does not count.
And for reasons unknown to me or anybody else, how a free could have been given.
The game itself against Galway, like, you got a lot of us had iffy stuff, and we had more iffy stuff than Galway had. And so as I think they probably capitalised on more of the opportunities and the chances that came their way.
Meanwhile, in front of goal is Éanna Ryan, bracing down on Ken Hogan. It's a goal! It's a Galway goal by Éanna Ryan.
We had the edge, and Tip can say what they like about the missed opportunities, but I'm sure if I go back over the tape, I'll pull out 2 or 3 incidences where somebody ran out over a ball and that resulted in a point for Tipperary. We don't cry about that, so Tip shouldn't cry about that other one either.
I can remember Sylvie Linnane heading out towards me to stop me on the way in, and if I didn't duck, he'd have killed me.
Tipperary going for goal. Fox the scorer. Tipperary are in front.
And as far as Noel Lane is concerned, like, what a great goal at a time when they needed it, like, but we didn't like see him scoring it.
That's a perfect response.
We were ready for them. It didn't matter if it was Tip or not, we were ready for it. And I suppose in one sense it was bigger for us that it was Tipperary, because if Gael would have been brought up on a kind of a famine of playing Tip in games and always losing, being gallant losers, so this was a big breakthrough for us.
Galway have booked their passage for the All-Ireland final, beating Tipperary.
Cinnamons, tá big three, tá Corca agus Kilkenny agus Tipperary agus tá Chudeile. So bhí sé ionintach ríist gur hála céir a hála nach tá seacht a naid Tipperary, a naid ceán gon na big three agus an riméad ionintach a bhí ar Gael nuair sin gorá sé sin dianta.
Bhí Tipperary dímach ach bíad Gael for seansel a Coimhlintí le nimar tú gluficanis. An uair seo beidir sé naid Kilkenny.
Turéistóid an gáclathe ceannis ribh sin a chailúint, bhí de ré chun dul trí fallí chun an ceann son a bhainteach dóibh féin.
One of the poorest finals I think I've ever seen so far.
We didn't mind if the final was, if it was 2 points to 1. The only thing that we wanted was that we were the 2 points.
Joe Cooney, hand pass to Éanna Ryan to Noel Lane, the shot, saved by Kevin Gates to goal!
When you win, there is that great euphoria, you feel on top of the world.
And it's Galway who are the new All-Ireland champions.
An bhliaontar gíon is a gluficanis na héireann a chas Gael agus Tipperary ar a chéile. Ba in chéadúir ag Tipperary as a gluficanis ó 1970 híon. Gorta go 8 bliana déag agus chaidí sé bheith goach chun na championí walla.
Ní raibh cheist faoinis gur bhíod seo an dá iad omána a beár an éireann.
We went into the All-Ireland that year with 1 goal, and that was to keep our own throne and keep Tipperary off the throne as long as we could.
This was it. We were 70 minutes away from winning the Lee McCarthy Cup.
Chuineach lam an tension úfasach a bhí gaiisteach le mar bhí nerid is stéic, bhí Tipperary na gar an chéad cheán na seachtainna déag go Ruchtáil, bhí nóíocht idir an dá bhainisteoir, bhí Gael gar a péir a chuir le chéile an chéad úr díobh, agus seo the clash of the titans a bhí on cart.
The hype was unreal, and the hype between myself and Babs would be unreal as well. Like, what people didn't realise is for 79, for about a year and a half, Babs and I were travelling together from Dublin along with 1 or 2 other players training with Galway. Our fans would be giving Babs abuse and their fans would be giving me abuse, but that'd be part of it. And when the match would be on, it'd be war.
That's Peter Finney breaking it up before Bobby Ryan can get back to put in a challenge. He's stuck it over the bar. A little qualification there with Donny O'Connell, and Tony Keaney steps in as it's 11 points to 8.
Ar nói bhí conspós a glufa déar am inter Tipperary go brach leat gur a cúl fáteag John Leahy víd lethach. Ach ní dóling go féidir éisteach leis an áragáin sin, mar as cinnte gur chóla chuide go chólaí na Gael bheith nadó agus ná lean siad Leahy, ní an doubt fú sin.
Another question mark over a refereeing decision. John Leahy scored a perfect goal. It was called back. It was a goal at the right time, and for reasons unknown to me or anybody in Tipperary, it was disallowed.
But I remember it as plainly as if it happened 2 minutes ago. You know, the whistle had gone maybe 8 or 10 seconds before John had put it in the back of the net. So we can't quite cry about that.
I do think the referee's decision probably cost us the All-Ireland.
Really, it must be said between Galway and Tip. Laochra going through.
3 occasions to 1 point in the second half, we were still able to up the ante. And then we had the MasterCard.
It would have been said under no circumstances, if no lane come in, that he's not to be allowed an inch of space. But he had that knack.
He just snuck around Conor O'Donovan and hit the ball to the back of the net, and it's all over.
Thug sé míú nua don ráite sin impact sub.
Agus tarrant had dead na himera, fi bulla sir ag Tipperary, agus hasnicky English as keen on bulla sir.
Tip looking for a goal. It's a penalty, I think.
Nick English got a free, and he was wondering how much time was left, whether he go for the goal, whether he go for the point to join. Sylvie was in the vicinity, and he heard him ask him what time is left. Sylvie said to Nicholas, "You have 12 months now."
He dumps it over the bar. Galway completed communist 2 in a row.
I think the occasion got to us maybe too. We didn't play well on the day.
They have a lot of hard work to do, Jimmy. But if they're men, the point I made, if they're men, they'll be back. If they're not, they don't deserve to win the All-Ireland.
Right. Thank you, Michael.
If we were men, we'd be back. But that was right. If we were men, we'd be back.
The release of pressure from having got over Tipperary again after such a tight, hard game and such a build-up before the game, there was such hype about it. It was just fantastic. It was just an outburst of emotion that, thank God, it's over.
Every schoolboy dreams about. And Conor
We
Hayes.
made díana písa le RT and Laochra agus Michael Lister bheith chur na ceistní.
A sense of relief too, I think, up here in the presentation box. And Joe Connolly, you will vouch for that.
A chulle smaoine bhí agam tháinig sé in second bháin agus bhís mé síos ar an telly.
You're getting emotional about it, Joe.
Yeah, but like, it concretes the 1980s for Galway.
Even leid an Gael and Laochra bhí radio focaí isteach agam le cuichuir. Just rudí job an transistor bagla teag sé agus leid is an chaithir dúirt me. I found out what was wrong with the radio, the battery was flooded.
We'll give you a moment to regain your thoughts again.
Viidir saréis a lán díama a olín sios tríd na blianta. Bhí siad a reis, bhuaigh siad 8-7 agus inis bhí créamh 8-8 buaiteach. Viidir in ard a réime ó thaobh sciilde, ó thaobh aclaíochta de, ó thaobh muoíine de, agus creideamh, bhí gachrúdacha.
Heis bún na Gaillimhe, bhí ráflaíán gur a Cyril Farrell chun IDS, ach ní rimise, agus bhí Babs chun fannach le Tipperary. Ní ra deireadh na homaíochta idir na fórne seo, feictíthe fósaing. Bhí tír agus tal súl go mór le tip agus Gaile ceall a ríist. Tharla sé i glufi canis na sratha an 8únaí. Gaile bhí nuachtar agus na Tipperary ag gíréad a chanuasas.
Hanwag mar Babs, because the Macapaga Major go root Babs let Tipperary. Lads, it's about time you stood up to those Galway fans. Agus Nira Tipperary, the home of hurling. Nira should have get a Callion tonight in the Galway. Good Steve Hood. 8-7, 8-8, agus 8-9.
Joe Cooney unmarked. Johnny Buck's outside him if he wants to give it to him. He has. The 3 for 4.
The league final I would consider was the best game against Tip of all the whole lot of them.
The 1989 final was a physical, hard game.
Well, this is what happens when the 2 best teams in the land.
Physical age was getting higher and higher, and the cost was getting higher for Tipperary now because they were nearly in the exact same situation as we were in 1987.
Cégur bhuadar comórtas na stratha, bainú droch stangas Gaile rih clufileach anis na héireann. Be chur a baiathúirt Tipperary gan duine dagúid fathímartha, maiall héirme finréachta a bhí 4 chunspóideach go deo.
Sé de hála ná gur chocraigh Tony Keady ar ghol go dtí na stáit déantathe ar feadh Hamelín agus nuair a chola mé go raibh sé himethe, cheap mé go raibh sé as a bheabhar.
He played illegally, as many other players had done. We handled it very badly. Our focus was totally out of sync.
Tony would be a big loss. But we couldn't use that as an excuse. People were saying after took our mind off the ball and were threatening not to play all that stuff. The focus was on the game.
I mean, there was a serious hatred between Tip and Galway at the time, but as a player, we were thrilled that he wasn't playing.
We had to get on, and 89 couldn't come around fast enough. We had got a taste of it. We hadn't succeeded. So going back in 89, and we vowed in Thurles in 88 that we would bring it home in 89.
Solar ho Gael agus Tipperary faoin na chéile Laochra na bosca chrócaí anú siar as go leor na deile intrum an ceannas fearra ála ríomhailí subla fileach anna seile. Idir é sin agus a bailach ar cabhla Tony Keady bhíon seansán go mthach rudaí ó smach.
So drama right at the very start of what's bound to be a very tense affair.
Bhí sé sulir tar éis cúpla nóméid beidir nach raibh mion agne imróí na Galway I gceart ar chorbe. Bhí sé sulir go raibh ferrig agus frustrachas ag chorasta imróí na Galway.
We had a lot more experience in Crow Park at that stage, and our hunger was there, and the hatred was getting more and more for Galway. I think we had learned in previous years like that we can't be beaten again.
The championship this year. Sean Tracy lets that one go over his head to Pat Fox. Dangerous for Galway. Again, a good incisive move by Fox on another point. A shot, a goal! In around, getting a...
Goals kept us in that game, really. Tipperary doing the order, and we were still, even in towards the end, we were in the game. But like when you get the goals, it's time to glass over other things. But we weren't scoring any points as such, and like we were lucky to beat Sunday or Tipperary.
Carrying the fight forward, in around once again to Michael McGrath. He's got a point, driven in smartly towards Fox. Pat Fox once again getting through. A goal! 2.5 minutes.
It was a tremendous goal. He just drove it into the back of the net, and we were always going to win that match from there on.
In towards Nicky English, held or was he? And it's a penalty. Remember, Tip ahead by 3 points. He's topped his shot badly.
I can't let 89 go without mentioning the referee on that day.
Ryan is called across, and the notebook is out across, and the notebook is out once again, and he becomes the third Galway player to have his name taken by referee John Denton. And back in the goal mount, high jinx.
Nicky had gone down like a sack of spuds, and Sylvie had got his marching orders.
A word with Sylvie Lenane, and he sent him off. Galway are down to 14 men.
Nicky has been accused of playing it up. I don't think he did, but neither do I believe that Nicky English wanted Sylvie Lenane sent off.
Ach da díide. Tá muintir na Galway rá fós, agus déireach daoine Bortlárig agus a gorthgótha. Go rinne Nicky English size Ronaldo á hain an lá sin. Mar na rinne Sylvie Lenane ein teangháil leis chorbe.
The whistle was going so often that we didn't take any heed of it any longer.
Just watch once again after Brendan Linsky lost it. Conor O'Donovan kept his eye on it all the way. An attempted trip, and Michael McGrath's been sent off for this challenge.
Tá Gael go bhfuil John Denton a míisteach history na Gael bhí stair na Gael bhí mar geall an job running se.
And they have another little healthy shoulder to shoulder as John Denton is watching it all the way.
Then when John Denton never refereed any other serious game again, we said, like, was he just put in there by the GAA to punish us for we being so vocal and questioning their rules and their legalities, that, you know? And if I was asked honestly with my hand on my heart, I'd say yes, I honestly believe that he was put in there to do it.
Well caught by Cooney. Galway needing scores and Cooney providing them. It's on to Nicky English, and he puts it over the bar with a flawless finish.
And still, like, with a few minutes to go, we were only 3 points down with 13 men. Our forwards have been feared to make a mistake and going to be a free. I was afraid that if I hit a tackle on English, I'm next to go, you know? So, like, we were playing nearly in cotton wool.
There's another point. That's his second. One in each half. Malone getting it out as far as Anna Ryan tripped over the legs of John Mackey.
It's just horrible the way it went. Like, it was our opportunity of greatness and of 3 in a row.
English in pursuit. He's bundled over.
Ag dearan lei, is tóilimsa, go bead muintir na Galway hain, a cháil an fócus, agus go bead hain a bhuailí a hain.
Ba lá staidú le go dánig intrum a dúag fi canis na héireann, ach ba a Tipperary ráláidin na coidínta agus bhí bua écacab. Gon chéadúir ó 96 híon, chrochad ar lehab, corn bha carthaí.
Bhí Tipperary tar éis dulcha fada leis an cluiche canis tar éis dóibh an cluiche canis a chailúint an blion ribh sin, ní ráidir, ní raibh Tipperary chun an ceann san a chailúint.
Nicky was playing so well. He didn't feel anyway nervous, and he was relaxed.
A goal, that was it, yes!
He took the pressure off us on that day.
The vision then to spot that English was in an advanced position towards Pat Fox. Shaw, elusive, and superb!
We didn't get the credit for it because people had said we were going to win it anyway.
On to Nicky English. Oh, it's a bullet! It's a bridged an 18-year gap.
We're proud to be Tipperary. It's great to be from Tipperary.
Sean Bracey coming up from his full-back position. But it's set up a trap.
In líidir nuacha ní raide le Gael díalta sa bhainte machchan na Tipperdaran ar go bead corca a grúcraibh na múnd. Pro Gael clufi canis na héireann agus iad a ggéir rudaí chuir in na gceart dul na ide gochtú naí a chuir cúil chorca deidir le firinníochid.
He's called time. Cork are the All-Ireland champions. It's a very proud moment indeed for Tomas Mulcahy.
Is a glufi le canis na héireann an ide go na chaíon na thug Gael agus Tipperdaran air chéile ríist. Bhí Tipperdaran iad na gomá, bhfuil idir corca championí na héireann I glufi canis na mún hééis sé hemmert. Ach an ro íse techt idir na Gaillimhe.
Bhí Tipperdaran ag teacht chun cín beagáin agus bhí na Gaillimhigh beidir ag dul siar.
I think that we had a grip on Galway at this stage. They had been on the road and they had more mileage than we had. And again, we had the youth. You know, Fox and Big Bonner and English, you know, were the force.
We had an established team from 85 up to 90. But in 91, Conor was gone, Sylvie was gone, Steve Mahon was gone. So we had to get it right on the day. There was a huge hype about Galway and Tip at that stage.
We started off with, would say, you know, kind of tearing into them and great momentum, but like as it went on, they got completely on top, and like there was kind of no two ways about it. That team, as we knew it, was gone.
For Michael Cleary, cool má is genóméid san glyfa sin. Agus níor tháinig Gael as da ríad a píre.
Absolutely over the bar. At one stage he seemed to be winding himself up to fire it in, but knew there was a danger.
It was a bit of frustration, don't you know, like they were our arch rivals, you know, over the past 5 or 6 years. We were able to keep them at bay, and while we could, it was brilliant. Now they were on top of the stack and we were finding it hard to swallow.
Didn't hit well the first time, but he can
Is Gael got you sheer go mór. Is a niche a bhí Tipperdaran I taspáint chomá agus a bhí siad. Agus tá díide grúisiad an clufa sin go héasca an éasca go deo agus tá díide chuir siad deile leis an ré óga sin a bhí a Gael.
We knew ourselves that we weren't the force that we were. Bit by bit, we were beginning to fall apart. 91 was the last nail on the coffin.
to cower on the 45-metre line. Oh, just cousin Conor Stegel. It can't be too much in that one. It just got inside the right-hand post. Cooley. The final piece of action from the disappointing semi-final. Tip by far the masters.
Bhí deireadh teachaí le ré orga na Gaillimhe mar sin, agus leis na Tipperdaí ár de réime ba iad rá na coitiantachta go chlufi canis na héireann in Michael chunne.
And it was great that we beat Cork in a Munster final, Galway in a semi-final. We had to beat Kilkenny in a final.
Matt Fox, Pat Dwyer comes out. John Lahey gets the opening point of the match. John Lahey, the man of the moment. Tipperary's once again to a 2-point lead. He's got a goal.
And we did beat them in 91. So we could be now called true All-Ireland champions, no question marks.
Liam Welch, robbed. Pat Fox, that may seal it now. It's all over and Tipperary have won the All-Ireland.
It took 12 lonely, hard months to bring this cup back to Tipperary, but we did it in style.
Galway would like to think they probably should have won more. We would like to think we should have won more as well, but on reflection, over the 5-year period we'd won 2, Galway had won 2, and Cork with Father Michael O'Brien had sneaked in and won the other one.
Is only Corshisi and for it and Gianomioch the V is in the fornia shot. Coimhlintí splag on May Dibre Vina Tastal, like Rima all Horan Vicari.
It was great rivalry, intense, passionate, cruel at times.
We always celebrated in style. My mother used to put the holy water on the car as I'd leave home of a Saturday evening. make sure and be back tomorrow evening. I'd say, of course I will, Mammy. She wouldn't see me for a week.
Looking back, ask me, would I start again in 85 and work my way up to play against Tipperary in All-Ireland semi-final, even to get another crack at 89, I'd do it. I'd even take Dinton. And, I don't know how the outcome would be, but he wouldn't finish or I wouldn't finish, I don't know which.